Previously on TheSalawag's Why It's Great Gut Reaction. People are just running around taking each other for granted. And like Nathan Fillion, just taking women for granted. Or Alicia Silverstone, affected by the cynical world that she lives in, is taking advantage, at least at first, she's taking advantage of Brendan Fraser, who's giving her these cards that are worth thousands of dollars each, these sports cards that his father gave him as a sentimental gift. He's using this as a trade to get her to help him get supplies for his family. This is where the why it's great of the gut reaction comes in. Sometimes it's about filmmaking, and sometimes it's just about humanity. When I was going to school, I noticed that people just take for granted other people. And when I went to high school and I would be making videos after school by myself, because the video club was me, and I would always talk to the custodian because he would come in and clean up the network administrator, who was my friend and one of my early film mentors. He would let me use his office to make my videos, sometimes for class, sometimes just stuff I wanted to do. It was a really great experience, and I miss that guy. He was fantastic. But while I would be working sometimes by myself, the custodian would come in, and I think he was Colombian or something, or Guatemalan. Maybe he was Mexican. I forgot. But he was a great guy. And he would talk about how students would just deliberately make disgusting messes for him to clean up. And you just get that sense of, like, you know, and people, I was like the smart kid, so people would try to come to me and get me to do their homework for them, and I'd be like, I'm not going to do your homework for you. I'll show you how to do it, and they would immediately run away from me. You know, it's like, but then that's the same thing with the custodian. It's like, you just see this guy, you don't think of him as a guy who has a family. You don't think of him as a guy who has people he cares about. You just think of him as the guy who cleans up after you. And the truth is that people grow up hanging on to these opinions as if it's a fact from above. This man is not a person. He's just the custodian who does that thing with his obnoxious head wiggle. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy, the people as a whole. You just take for granted anybody who can do something for you is just somebody who does something for you, and they're not a person to you. And I got treated like this later by friends. And the beauty of the story is that Brendan Fraser's pure spirit is so strong that it breaks the cynical, selfish attitude of Alicia Silverstone.